So apologies, been no update recently, but there's literally been nothing to show. We've been waiting on Tobias to finish off another project that he's working on, and finally he has, and he's now started working on ours. So a bit of a recap for you guys who may be new to the channel or who are unaware of what's been going on. So about 3 years ago, we put down the deposit on the Grand California, Heimer Grand California. And that was kind of like an out of the box camper van. And that got delayed because of COVID, got delayed about a year. And then it got delayed again because of the war with Ukraine and Russia, something to do with logistics. About 6 months after we got that news, it was then told to us that we don't know when it may ever arrive. So at that point we decided to cancel that and buy a van and hopefully find someone who would be able to help us do the build that we were looking for. Now the reason we decided to get someone to help build it was because, one, I don't really know anything. Two, is because we live in an apartment in the city. Parking outside sucks. I've got no tools, I've got no nothing really, and we've got some pretty big plans for the van. So this is where Tobias at Van House comes in. I explained to him our project, the crazy ideas behind the project, the Murphy bed, the full PC gaming setup in the back, solar panels on the roof, pop on the van, yada yada, all these cool ideas. And he gladly agreed to do it, which was super cool. I rang around loads and many didn't want to do it. Now it has been a while since Tobias had the van. We got the van in January last year, so it's been a year since we've had the van. It's been getting kind of expensive. Obviously I'm paying for the van, I'm paying for insurance, and obviously we're paying for living. Now the idea was that we got the van and we didn't have to pay for living costs at home. I'm currently paying for both. It's kind of taking its toll, so we're hoping we get the van ready soon. But it's now in a stage where sort of the insides are done, the foundations are done, and I'm hoping that we're going to start to get some big updates soon. So let me take you on a little tour of where the van is currently at. So this is it. This is the tinfoil spaceship that it currently is. This is with all the insulation in. As you can see, there's lots of wires hanging about everywhere. So this is the stage, sort of the foundation stage, as it were. You can see that there's still bits hanging out, wires and everything. We've got the CCTV out on the left there. There's one on either side. Obviously the front seats here are going to be on the swivel plates at some point. This is kind of the dining area where we've got a window at the front and a window at the back. But this is going to be where the table is, so we've allowed for hopefully a light and the USB points. Obviously there's the shower tray. The seats will be backed up onto the shower there. Obviously we've got the shower walls. We're gonna have quite a small shower, but kind of the interesting part is we're gonna like expand the bottom of the shower to have like a separate compartment where the toilet's gonna sit, so we can then slide the toilet out. This is just some wires for lights inside the shower. Coming to the back of the van, this is going to be where the headboard is for the bed. We're going to try to do some LED lights down the left and the right, and we've got some USB ports there. This is our instant hot water boiler, and this is where all the plumbing is going to go, including the water tank. So we've allowed for all the cables there, for all the plumbing and everything we need. But yeah, that's the instant hot water. At the top here, at the back, we've got our two vents. We've got one on the left, one on the right. We might not need to use them both, but we've got them there just in case. Here's one of Tobias's guard dogs. He's super cute. Now, here is Spaghetti Junction. A lot of the cables are coming out here. So we've got CCTV cables here, Starlink cables, 5G antennas, power for lighting, and that white sort of exposed fur you can see behind, the wall you can see behind, that's where the screen's going to be sitting. So all of these cables are going to sit along the top, and you can see a lot of the, well, you can't see, but the cables are running behind the roof there. So yeah, this is where the screen's going to be going. This is where the gaming setup's going to be. We've got lots of cables down below, again, for more power. That's where the battery, the PCs and everything. This is your HDMI and DVI cables, which will go into the back of the screen there. And below it is where it might change, but we're hoping where the battery and the PC is going to sit. Now we need to figure out the exacts on how that's going to work, but yeah, we may need to move slightly into the kitchen, or the kitchen area, but that's where the gaming station is going to be. Again, quick look at all the cables. There's a lot. I'm very impressed with how Tobias has managed to get all this together, because this is the bit that's a bit over my head. So moving on to kind of the other cables, that's the fridge cable. That's where the fridge is going to be going. And over to the right is where we're going to have sort of the kitchen units. So these is cables for the hob, any extra lighting, a power point as well. This is all slowly coming together nicely. Now we're actually extending the kitchen cabinets along quite far, so probably along to, you can see the gap in the floor there. We decided to take it quite far along because when the doors are closed, we wanted to utilize as much space as possible. Now we may regret that in the summer when we want to sit with the doors open, but we think practically that would be good. Now let's jump on up into the roof. Now, as you guys know, we've got a pop top up here. This has been nerve-wracking for me because I really wanted to make sure that this was great, because this is primarily where Zyra will be sleeping, and we need to make sure that it's warm, make sure that it's insulated, make sure that this is all going to be okay. So we're looking into some more options for insulating the fabric. I think we can get some really nice inserts up here, so if we are in super cold weather, then this will be great. But there will be an air duct, a heating duct going up here. Now this whole thing does come off, and in another video I'll update you of that, but as you can see, we can go out onto the little roof deck up here where we're going to have storage and things like that. And we also have the Starlink, so when we stop and when we're staying in a place for a long period of time, we can set up the Starlink, and I can continue Twitch streaming, continue uploading to YouTube, and keeping in touch with everybody no matter where we are, which is super cool. So lots more information coming with the roof and all that, you know, the pop-top roof at some point. But for now, that's the roof. Now the Starlink itself has been a pain in the bum. Now you can see a little bracket on the right. That has cost about £500, just that little bracket there, to be able to allow the Starlink to lay down and then go upright when we stop. I have a lot more to tell you about this. This has been a real pain in the arse and a lot of back and forth, but we've got there. This is a little junction box with a lot of the cables in. We thought that this was probably the best option for this. And then, as you can see on the back there, we've got our final sort of CCTV looking out the rear of the van. Now, a very quick look at the windows. I'll have to get the van out at some point and show you these. These were sort of the same kind of windows that we've been seeing on the VW Crafters, the VW Californias, excuse me, that we've been renting from Breeze. These are quite nice. I felt that they had like quite a premium finish, and the tint was quite nice in it as well. So these are the windows. We've got one smaller one on the back, going to be near the bed, and then one larger one near where we're the seating area at the front. So this was super cool for me to see. Now, I don't know too much about this, but what this is, on the right, we have the fill-up point for the gas, and on the left, we have an external barbecue point. So if we wanted to get the old barbecue out in the summer, we can plug it into that and we would have some gas. Now, the only gas we're using on the van, obviously, is now barbecue or our instant hot water boiler. We don't have gas for anything else. Everything else is going to be electric or diesel. So that's the diesel heater on the right, and the gas is on the left. So yeah, our heating is going to be diesel, our cooking is going to be electric, and the hot water, as and when we need hot water, is going to be through the gas. Now there's quite a big gas tank there, so my plan is, and my hope is, that this will last for a long time. I want to be able to, you know, go off grid or maybe go through Europe or whatever, and not worry too much about filling up gas, because it's easy in the UK if you know where to go, but when you're doing those things abroad, it's a real pain in the bum. So we just wanted to use diesel and electric for the main usage on the van.
But it's gonna grow too big, so I let her take it.
When do you think the van will be ready?
I think it's gonna be ready in February.
I hope so. So that's just a quick look at the van. Obviously it's still got a way to go, but Tobias has sort of mentioned that the next stages will be a lot quicker. There's obviously been some delays on my part. I've ordered some crazy things, wanted crazy things, which has sort of put delays on stuff and figuring things out. Obviously, like Starlink in the roof. Got this new bull bar coming for the front, and these are the kind of things that have put on the delays that we were hoping weren't going to happen in the first place, but they are. So here we are. That's an update to the van. I will do my best to keep you updated a little bit more as we go on, but yeah, if you're keen to stick with the journey, like, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next Vanlife video. Say bye, Zai.
Bye.
Bye.